Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Katie Sampson. First at noon, we're on your side this election day, and we begin with the two major questions appearing on every ballot in the state. The first calls for significant election changes, including a requirement to show an ID to vote. The other would create a red flag law in the state focused on guns. CBS 13's Asia Reed spent the morning in Brunswick hearing from voters on both sides of these questions.
There are two statewide referendum questions headlining the ballot on Tuesday.
Here is a breakdown of question 1. If you vote yes, this means you are voting to add a new requirement for voters to show a photo ID for in-person voting and adding new restrictions to absentee voting. Governor Janet Mills has urged people to vote no. She says if it's passed, it could restrict voting access for people with disabilities or those with complex job schedules. Those in support of the first referendum question say requiring photo ID for in-person voting is a common sense measure. And question 2, it proposes a citizen initiative to create a new legal process for obtaining an extreme risk protection order, commonly known as a red flag law. It would allow courts to temporarily take away a person's gun if law enforcement, family, or household members show that person poses a danger to themselves or others. I caught up with Brunswick voters outside of the polls for both questions.
I think access to voting is very important. I've got to model that for our students at USM where I teach, and so it's really important to come out here and make sure that we've got access to early voting, absentee voting, so definitely voted no on one.
I voted for yes for voter ID. I think that's very important, and I voted for no on the violation of gun rights.
I voted no on both. I don't necessarily see the need to change either law or put the time into changing either law right now.
This polling location in Brunswick at the Rec Center closes at 8 p.m. In Brunswick, Asia Reed, CBS 13 News.